All right, we're going to start the Sabbath service. A Madium. All right, gonna blow the horn. All right, a bun, come up, state your registry. A bun Karab, bun Yahweh, bun Yasha'Allah. A bun Karab, bun Yahweh, bun Yasha'Allah. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yab Shabrak Thumb. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yab Shabrak Thumb. La Yasha'Allah. La Yasha'Allah. Set it right there. All right, blow the horn. Sign grace. All right, we're going to uncover the Torah. Right. A mighty one upon your Hakwadam means turn towards the east. We're going to read the prayers in the English, in the Hebrew, and then we're going to read it in the English, starting with the Lord's Prayer.
Okay, sir. The Lord's Prayer. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Ayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Molafika. Taba'ah. Ratazaka. Ayah. Asha. Baratazah. Kaya. Bashemayim, Nathan, Lanawa, Lakam, Kol, Yawam, Wasalabnawa, Kawab Wafnawa, Kasalabnawa, Kawab Wafyanawa, Wala'ah, Dabayanawa, Wanasayawan, Abol, Awashanawa, Ayan, Rai, Kaya, Lakam, Amalakwa, Wala, Waftapara, Aman.
That's what he said in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh. Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
On earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us. Our debts. As we forgive. Our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. Deliver us from evil. From thine. Is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
So be it. Kaikat, the power. Yahweh. Bashem Yahushua. Baba Kusha. Atalanawa. Akat. La Pa'ah. La Makala. Wakam. Marawa. Akat. La Pa'ah. Amatazariam. Akat. La Hakram. Hamathiam. Akat. Al. Rakawath. Hatamala.
Say it again.
Hatamala. Lagarshan. Basham. Yahushua. The water. Aman.
What he said in English was, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh. Please give us the power. Power to heal. All manner of sickness. All manner of disease. Power to cleanse. The power to raise the dead. Power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you. So be it.
Bless Israel. Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Barak Noah, Wayasharala, Wayah, Zaporiah, Barak, Rapah, Magan, Agan, the nation of Israel, all the brothers, and all the sisters of Israel.
Isupk.
Isupk.
Commander General Yohana. The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. The young men. The sisters. And the children.
Commander General Yohana. All of the generals. Captains. The officers. Troopers. Young men. Sisters. Children. All right.
But Shimmy Hashai, the water,
Amen. This is the prayer that we just sent up for our nation. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Bless us. And Israel. And the school. Bless, heal, shield, and protect. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it.
Psalms 121. Ashab, Ayanya, Al-Harayim, Mahayan, Yaba'ah, Azariah, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Ashab, Shemayim, Waratazam, Al-Yatan, Lamawat, Regalia, Ayanawam, Shemarka, Anah, Ba'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yashan, Yashimah, Yasharala, Yahweh, Shemarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyanka, Yamawam, Hashemash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balala, Yahweh, Shemarka, Makarai, Yashamar, Napashka, Yahweh, Shamar, Yashamar. Let's do it again. Yashamar, Tazaatka, Wabaatka, Ma'ath, Wa'ai, Awalam.
All right. This is what the brother just said in English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee. From all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out. And thy coming in. This time forth. And even forevermore.
Psalms 83. Alahayim. All. Damayah. Laka. Al-Takarash. All. Dashakwat. All. Kaya. Ana. Awayabaka. Yahamya. Yawan. Ra'ash. Al-Makah. Ya'ar Sawada. Wayatha. Ya'ai. Tazah. Al-Tazah Pewanka. Amarka. Lakaya. Wanakakadam. Magawa. Wa'ala. Yazakar. Sham. Asharala. Awada. Kaya. Nawa'ai. Azah. Zawa. Laba. Yakadwa. Ayalka. Barath. Yakarathwa. Ahalya. Ahadam. Washamai. Alayam. Mawaba. Wagariam. Gabal. Wa'amawan. Wa'amalak. Palashat. Ayah. Shamshabya. Tazawar. Gum. Ashawar. Lalawa. Amam. Hayawa. Sarawai. Labanya. Lawat. Salah. Asha. Latam. Kamadyan. Kasaya. Sara'ah. Kayabyan. Banakal. Kwayash. One. Nasham Madwa,
Shabawa,
Bayan, Dara, Hayawa, Daman, La Adama, Shayatamwa, Nada, Yam, Mawa, Karab, Wazayaba, Wakazabak, Wakazal, Mana'ad, Call, Nasa, Yakam, Wa, Ashar, Ashamara, Nayarash, Lanawa, Af, Nawaf, Alahaya, Shah, Ya, Amwa, Kagaya, Kawash, Lapanya, Rawaka, Kayash, Thabara, Yaira, Wakalahabath, Talahat, Harayim, Khan, Dakma, Barsarka, Wasaba, Wapapka, Tabahalam, Malaa, Panayaham, Walawan, Waya, Bakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya, Bahawa, Ayai, Waya, Kapara, Waya, Abawa, Waya, Da'awa, Kaya, Atha, Shamka, Yahawa, Labaka, Aliwan, Al, Kalharatazam.
And what he said in the English was, keep not thy silence.
Keep not thy silence.
O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
Be not still.
Be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Thine enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee, have lifted up the head.
Have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people. Against thy people.
Consulted against thy hidden ones.
Consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come,
let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off from being a nation.
The name of Israel.
The name of Israel.
Be no more.
Be no more.
In remembrance. For they have consulted together.
They have consulted together.
With one consent.
With one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab. And the Hagarites.
Gabal.
And Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines. The inhabitants of Tyre.
The inhabitants of Tyre.
Shur also is joined with them.
Shur is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Shalom. Do unto them.
Do unto them.
As to the Midianites.
As to the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabez.
As to Jabez.
The brook of Kisan.
The brook of Kisan.
Perish that Endor.
Perish that Endor.
They become as dung for the earth.
They become as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red.
Make their nobles like a red.
Like Zaire.
Like Zaire.
Yea. All their princes as Zabah.
All their princes as Zabah.
As Amunah.
As Amunah.
Who said. Let us take to ourselves.
Let us take to ourselves.
The houses of Yahweh.
The houses of Yahweh.
Possession.
Possession.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
The stubble before the wind.
Stubble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
The fire burneth the wood.
As the flame set the mountains on fire.
As the flame set the mountains on fire.
Persecute them.
So persecute them. With thy tempest.
Make them afraid.
Make them afraid.
Storm.
With thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
Seek thy name.
Seek thy name.
O Yahweh.
Let
them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
Trouble forevermore.
Trouble forevermore.
Yea. Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
And perish.
That
men may know. That thou. Whose name alone. Is Yahweh.
Is Yahweh.
Art the most high.
Art the most high.
Over all the earth. Sar, which means to turn. We're getting ready to go into the book of Genesis. Finish off at the chapter we was last. You can go ahead and put that down. All right, Yeshavu, which means to sit.
Board 17.
Yeah, you can.
That'd be 12.
Genesis 4:17 out of to the knock, sir.
That's right.
Okay, yes, sir. Don't come.
That's fine.
Out to the knock. Genesis 4:17. Wayadaya, Kwayan, Ashatawa, Watakar, Watakak, Watalad, Kanawak, Wayahaya, Banaha, Ayaka, Wayakora, Sham, Hayaka, Kasham, Banawa, Kanawa, verse 18. Walad, Lakanawak, Ayarad, Yarad, Alad, Makawa, Laal, Wamaka, Al, Yalad, Matawasha, Al, Wamata, Washa'al, Yalad, Lamak, verse 19. Waya, Kwa, Wayaka, Lawa, Lamaka, Lamak, Shataya, Nashayam, Sham, Haya, Kaf, Adaha, Washam, Hashanayath, Tazala, verse 20. Watha lad Adaha Yabal Hawa Hayaha Abaya Yashab Ahal Wabakwana, verse 21. Verse 21. Washam Aka Yakwa Akayawa Yakwa Yawabakwa Yaba Yawabal Hawa'a Haya Ha Abaya Call Tapash Kanawah Wagab, verse 22. Wataza Lakha Gam Hawa'a Walada Af the Wa Bal Kwayan Latash Call Karash Nakwashaf Wabarakzal Wa'a Kawaf the Wa Baal, Qayan, Kayad, Maya, verse 23, Wa'ah, Waya, Amar, Lamak, Laka, Shaya, Adewa, Adaha, Watazah, La, Shema'ayan, Kwaywa, Laya, Nashaya, Lamak, Haya, Zanaya, Nawa, Naha, Ha'a, Tazanaha, Amarath, Kaya, Ayash, Hara, Gath, Ya, Lapataza, Aya, Wa'aladah, Wala'ad, Laka, Barath, Ya, verse 24, Kaya, Shaba'at, Thayam, Yaquam, Qayan, Wala, Marak, Shaba'ayam, Wa'a, Ba'a, Awa. That's it, sir.
Okay, from the top in English.
Khan. The book of Genesis, chapter 4, verse 17. We stopped at 16?
If you want to start at 17, sir.
Okay, Khan. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bare Enoch.
So now this is of course after Cain was punished for killing Abel, or for slaying him. You understand? Go ahead.
Khan.
You in 17 right now, right?
Khan.
Okay.
And he built a city and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch.
Now this scripture, actually a lot of people may not understand, but verse 17 is also a cut and more proof that there were more people on this earth other than just Adam and Eve.
Right.
Because where did Cain go get his wife from?
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's a straight up cut. Like he went and found a wife somewhere. He didn't, it was somewhere. So there was other people on this earth. Go ahead. Oh, what you want to say?
So like I was going to say, a lot of Christians lie so much on this scripture, they even go to the point to say Adam and Eve had other children before Cain, like after Cain and Abel. And then we always ask them, prove it.
Exactly. What does the scripture say is not to add or take away from the scriptures, from the Lord.
Right.
If it ain't there, you a liar. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't add to it. Keep reading.
Verse 18. And until Enoch was born Arad, and Arad begot Mahuel, and Mahuel begot Methuselah, and Methuselah begot Lamech.
All right.
Verse 19. And Lamech took unto him 2 wives. The name of one was Adah, and the name of the other Zillah. Verse 20. And Adah bare Jabal, and he was the father of such as dwell in tents, of such as have cattle. Verse 21. And his brother's name was Jabal. He was the father of all such as handled the harp and the organ. Verse 22. And Zillah, she also bare Tubal-Cain, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron. And the sister of Tubal-Cain was Naamah. Verse 23. And Lamech said unto his wives, Adah and Zillah, hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech. Hearken unto my speech, for I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young man to my hurt. Verse 24. If Cain shall be avenged 7-fold, truly Lamech 70 and 70-fold.
Okay.
I think that was it, sir.
Yeah, so now this is just going into some of Cain's family, after conceiving with his wife. You know what I'm saying? So it just goes down into a little bit of, who, a little bit of his family lineage, just a little bit. All right? And go back to verse 23.
Okay.
Real quick. See if I can make sure I get something.
The book of Genesis, chapter 4, verse 23. And Lamech said unto his wives, Adah and Zillah, hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech, hearken unto my speech, for I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young man to my hurt. Verse 24. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold. That was it.
That was it on that?
Okay.
I'm going to have to get more of an understanding of that one particularly. Were you about to say something?
I think I heard the breakdown of that. I think he was using that of a sense if nobody can't kill Cain, can't nobody touch me either.
Okay, I think that might be it, but just to verify, I'm going to make sure I go back and check that one out. Just to make sure it's right. I think you're absolutely right, but right now it's not coming to my mind yet. All right, go back to the Hebrew.
Yes, sir. Sir. Genesis 4 and 25. Wayadaya, Alad, Alam, Awad, Af, Ashatawa, Watha Lad, Ban, Watha Quara, Shamar, Shaf, Kaya, Shaf, Laya, Alahayam, Zarai, Akar, Thakaf, Habal, Kaya, Karagawa, Kwayan, verse 26, Waya Shaf Gam, Hawa'a, Yalad Ban, Wayakwa Ra'af, Af, Shamar, Anawash, Azah, Hawakal, Laquara, Basham, Yahweh, Genesis 5, Zawah, Sapar, Tawalad, Adam, Bayawam, Bara, Alahayam, Adam, Badamawath, Alahayam, Ashawa, Athawa, verse 2, Zakar, Wanakwar, Baha, Bara'am, Wa'abarak, Atham, Waya, Quara, Af, Shamam, Shamam, Adam, Wam, Kabarayam, verse 3, Kaya, Adam, Shalasham, Ma'af, Shanawa, Yawa, Lad, Ma'wa, Thawa, Kataza, Lama, Kataza, Lamawa, Lawa, Quara, Af, Shamawa, Shath, verse 4, Waya, Haya, Waya, Hayawa, Yamawa, Yamaya, Adam, Aka, Raya, Wawa, Alawa, Dawa, Af, Shaf, Shamana, verse 5. No, sorry, not yet. Mawaf, Shanawa, Waya, Lada, Wayalad, Banawam, Banayam, Wabanaya, verse 5. Waya, Wayaka, Yaha, Yawa, Call, Yamaya, Adam, Ashar, Kaya, Thashai, Ma'a, Wa'af, Shanawa, Washala, Shayam, Shanawa, Shanaha, Wayam, Wayamath. That's it, sir.
What?
All right, the book of Genesis, chapter 4, verse 25. And Adam knew his wife again.
And Adam knew his wife again. And when we say knew, of course, the Bible, we understand knowing to be or knew is him having sex. He had sex with his woman.
Right.
All right. He knew his woman again. You understand? Go ahead.
And she bare a son and called his name Seth. For the Most High said, she have appointed me another seed instead of Abel, who Cain slew.
So the Lord saw fit to give Adam and Eve another child, man, because of what Cain, did to Abel. Gave him another child, you understand, Seth, right? Which
That's
is
right.
where all of the nation of our nation comes out of. Right? Keep reading.
Go ahead. I was just going to say also, that's more proof to show Christians that the Most High always has had a chosen seed of people that he always, chose.
Right. Because he could have just decided, oh, well, Abel's not here, let's just give it to Cain. No, he doesn't want Cain to have it.
Right.
And it wasn't for him.
That's right.
Like, he's going to give it to Seth because he killed Cain, he killed Abel. You know what I'm saying? So we got to give it to Seth, man. Because I still wanted to. I want this seed line to be this seed line separate from everybody else, man. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 26. And to Seth, to him also there was born a son, and he called his name Enos. Then began man to call upon the name of the Most High.
Meaning what? Go ahead.
Men started to. Enos' seed started to serve the Most High.
Damn right. Our seed started to follow the Most High. We was following the understanding that Adam and Eve had. They knew the Most High. They served the Most High, and that's what they started doing. They began to call upon the Most High. All right, keep reading.
The book of Genesis, chapter 5, verse 1. This is the book of the generations of Adam.
So now it's going to go into his, his lineage or his generations. Go ahead.
Kanawakan. In the day that the Most High created man, in the likeness of the Most High made he him. Verse 2. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam. In the day when they were created, verse 3. And Adam lived 136 years and begot a son in his own likeness.
Man, in them times we lived some years, man. like we lived some years. Under these curses, you can't live that long. Why? Because we out here smoking crack. We doing all kinds of drugs. We shooting each other, getting killed by the police. We can't live that long in this society, in this hell. But in them times, they lived for a very long time, and all they had to do was obey the Most High, man.
That's right.
You understand? Keep reading.
After his image, and called his name Seth. Verse 4. In the days of Adam, after he had begot Seth, were 800 years. and he begot sons and daughters. Verse 5. In all the days that Adam lived were 930 years, he died.
He lived 930 years.
Good night.
That's like 800 years from from when he was the what was the 108 the 100 and what period in the last verse? He was 100 and what?
800 years.
No, before that. When it said he was 100 and something years old.
Oh, he was 136.
He was 130. It's 130 something years. 800 something years later, he died.
Good night.
Can you imagine if he was 100 something now? You already real old and shriveled the hell up, but you can live 800 and something more years. Come on, man. Like he was, yeah, like good right, man. Go ahead.
So like, you know, during that time when the earth probably was flourishing, like everything was so pure. So even when he probably was like 136, he had his first child.
Right.
He probably was still like.
He probably didn't look 100 or something. Like, you right. He probably didn't even look that way. Go ahead, sis.
Like if I may, I'm thinking that he might, okay, if he in his hundreds, he might be like in his late 20s, early 30s.
Right.
If he make it to
Like how we look,
800,
yeah.
He might look like 80 to early 90s, maybe.
Right.
Right. Right. Give her a hand, man. Because that's a lot of time. That's what it is, man. Like when you live to be 900 something years old in the Bible, man, that's got to be what, like 70, 80 years right now.
Right.
I want to go back to them days.
Right.
Go ahead.
Kind of. And it's like verse 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. In all the days that Adam lived were 930 years, and he died.
He died.
That was it on this, sir.
That was it on that?
That was 7.
All right. Because
Is that what we at, verse 5?
Yeah, I just finished 5.
Okay.
Genesis 5 and 6 out of Tanakh. Washalah Shiyam Shema Wayamath. Salakia, sir. Verse 6. Wayaka Wayakaya Shath Kasham. Salakia. Shamash Shanayam Wama'af Shana'a Wayahalad Af Anawash. Verse 7. Wayakaya Shath Akaraya Hawa Layad Wa Af Anawasha Shabayai Shana Yam Waya Washa Banaya Washa Manawa Ma'a Waf Shana Waya Lad Banayam Wa Banawaf. Verse 8. Waya Haya Waya Ha Yawa Call Yamaya Shath Shatayam I Sharah Shana'a Watha Shayai Ma'a Waf Shanaha Waya Maf. Verse 9. Wayakaya Anawah the Shaya Yam Shana Waya Walad Af Kwayanan. Verse 10. Waya Kaya Anawash Akaraya Hawa layada wa af kwayanan kamash asharaya wa nawa wa sha manawaha aha wa waf shanaha Wayawa lad banayam wabana waf. Verse 11. Waya hayawa call yamaya la nawash kamash shanayam Wata Shayai Maya Waf Shanawa Wa Ya Math. Verse 12. Wa Ya Kaya Kwaya Nan Shabaya Am Shabaya Yam Shanaha Waya Yalad Af Masha Lala Al. Verse 13. Waya Kaya Kwaya Nan Aka Raya Kaya Lawada Af Masha Lala Al Ara Bayam Shanawa Shanaha Washa Manaya Maya Waf Shanaha Wayaha Wayawalad Banayam Wada Nawaf. That's it, sir.
Go ahead, take off for me real quick, Devon.
Kind of a car.
I would have been on, I stopped off on from 6 to 13, sir.
The book of Genesis, chapter 6.
Let me read that.
Yeah, read that for me.
Let me read it. Let me read it about it.
Come.
Genesis 6 and 13. Genesis 6 and 13, King James Version. And God and Yahweh said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make thee an ark of gopher wood. Rooms shall thou make in the ark, and shall pitch it within and without. And this is the fashion which thou shalt make it of it. The length of it, of the ark, shall be 300 cubits, the breadth of it 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits. And the window shall thou make into the ark, and in the cubit shall thou finish it above, and the door of the ark shall thou set in the side thereof.
What scripture are you on? Who's in 5?
Go ahead, you go ahead and read it from the, top of Bond. I'm back. You go ahead and read it from the top.
The book of Genesis, chapter 5, verse 6. Start at 6, right? Oh, sorry. It was in 5 and 6.
I saw. It's like we was 5 verse 6.
Come on, yeah, that's right.
I might have been on 6, like you said.
And Seth lived 105 years and begot Enos. And Seth lived after he begot Enos 870 years and begot sons and daughters. Verse 8. And all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. Verse 9. And Enos lived 90 years and begot Canaan. And Enos lived after he begot Canaan 815 years and begot sons and daughters. And verse 11. And all the days of Enos were 905 years, and he died. Verse 12. And Canaan lived 70 years and begot Mahalalel. Verse 13. And Canaan lived after he begot Mahalalel 840 years and begot sons and daughters. Let me see if that was it. Verse 12. And Canaan lived 70 years and begot Verse 13. And Canaan lived after he begot Mahalalel 840 years and begot sons and daughters. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is just going, of course, this is the generations of the nations. It's going to go through all the generations of the nations. And this just talks about how many years have went by. Here's another son, boom, he has children. Years go by, he passes away. Boom, here's another child from that seed line. Boom, he dies. And it keeps going and going and going. All right, this is the Bible is very detailed in our lineage and in the lineage of the other nations. This is the one record you can go to and find every nation on this earth in this book. You understand who their forefathers were. All right, that's why we call the Bible a record.
Right.
That's you right. Understand, because it's recorded. This is what Moses and all the other priests and prophets in the Bible recorded. You understand? Because they knew there was going to come a day where we were not going to have this truth. But we were going to be a lost people looking for our identity. So what we have now is the book that has our entire identity and the identity of our enemies. Okay. You understand? And so this is what it's going into anyway. This is just all of the families that came out of Adam. Okay. All right, keep going. Oh, is that it on that?
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and 14 go to the Hebrew. Yeah, you can go ahead.
Genesis 5 and 14. Out of the Tanakh.
You too hard?
Well, Yah. Hayak.
You want?
Call.
Yeah, give it to me.
Yamaya. Kwayanam. Ashar. Shanayam. Wata Sha'ai. Waf. Shanaha. Math, verse 15. Waya kaya maka maha lalaha all kamash shanayam washashayam shanaha wa yaha lad af yarad, verse 16. Wa ya kaya maya lala al salaki aka raya wa yalla yada the yawa dawa af warad Shalashayam Shana Waya Washa Manakwa Mayaha Ma'a Wa'af Shanaha Wayawa Lad Banayam Wabah Nawayah, verse 17. Wayah Hayah Call Yamaya Maha Lala Al Kamash Wata Sha'ayama Shanawa Washamana Ma'a Waf Shaka Shanaha Waya Math, verse 18. Wayaka Ya Yarad Shafyam Shafyam Washasham Shana
You two up? Y'all good?
Wama af.
You can just set it
Shanaha.
over there. He'll just grab it when you get done.
Wayawa lad af. Slack. The water. Kanawan. Verse 19. Waya kaya.
Good? Did you eat anything?
Yarad
Okay. Is there any more that she...
akaraya.
Okay. All right. Good. I'm also right.
Hayal yadewa af. Kanawak shamana ma'awaf shanaha wayaha lad banayam wabanawaf. Verse 20. Wara kaya wa call yamaya yarad shatayam washasham shana wata shayai mayaf shana Waya math, verse 21. Waya kaya kanawak kasham kamash washasham shanaha wayawa lad av Mata washalal lak. That's it, sir.
All right. From the top.
The book of Genesis, chapter 5, verse 15. And my...
14.
We had finished off at 14.
Okay.
And Mahalael lived 65 years and begot Jared. Verse 16. And Mahalael lived after he begot Jared 830 years and begot sons and daughters.
Okay.
Verse 17.
Let me also tell you this is important with your study, right? What you want to do is, even though we're just talking about the generations of these people, what you can do is you can go into the Bible dictionary, Zondervan's Bible Dictionary, and you can research these names and find out who they were, you know, the sons of who and this and that, and what blood lineage of people that they come out of today. You're gonna say you can go to the Bible dictionary and go to any word or find any name that you want to, and you can find out who they are. So I know this is just listing the generations or whatever, you know what I'm saying, but if you want to know more about these specific people, you know, then you can go into the Bible dictionary and it'll give you a little bit more of an understanding as to who they were. Okay? Keep going, so like that.
Verse 18. And Jared lived 162 years, and he begot Enoch. Verse 19. And Jared lived after he begot Enoch 800 years and begot sons and daughters. Verse 20. And all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died.
Man. Those some long years, man.
Right.
That's how you can really get out of these generation scriptures. It's how long they've been living, like 900 or something years. Go ahead.
So, sir, they can tell the stories of the Bible to their great grandchildren almost 15 times.
Yeah. Like by the time they hit 900, they got a whole little village of people in it.
Right.
They came out of their loins. Yeah, this is my great grandson right here. 900 some years old. You ought to have several generations under you right now.
Good. Now, I had a lot of information from a lot of grandchildren. No wonder Moses had a lot of information to write about.
Damn right, man. Damn right. Keep going.
It's like, sir, if I could. And this even goes to show you, like, even like when we looked in King David's, when we looked in Joseph's lineage, it always gave the predominant figures out of the lineage. And this is doing the same thing right now. You know, we, like you said, we knew that they probably had generations of children and grandchildren.
Oh, yeah.
But it still gives you the predominant people out of the lineage.
Right. Damn right. Give him a hand. That's absolutely true. Go ahead.
Verse 21. And Enoch lived 65 years and begot Methuselah. That's it, sir.
All right. And so when it's saying, it's just saying that he lived to be 65 years, then he had a child, and then when he turned about 900,000 years old, now he passed away. Like, damn, that's a lot of years.
Right.
Go ahead. Oh, that was it on that?
Come on, sir.
All right, back to the, go ahead.
I finished off on 21. I finished.
21?
Okay.
Need 22, right?
Okay.
Genesis 5. Is it 5 and 22? 5 and 22. Out of the knock. Wayatha halak. Kanawak. Ah. Alahayam. Lakaraya. Hawa layad daya dawa ah mata washa laka shalosha ma'awah shanaha waya Yalad Banayam Wabana Waf, verse 23. Waya Kaya Call Yamaya Kana Raya Kana Wayak Kamash Washasham Shana Washalash Ma'a Mawa'a Wa Shana verse 24 Waya Halak Hakawak Af Allah Salakia Ha Allahayam Wa'a Yanana Kaya Lakwa Athawa Allahayam verse 25 Waya Kaya Matha Washallah Shabayai Washa Manasham Shana Wamayath Shanoha Wayawa Lad Ah Lamak verse 26 Waya Kaya Maga Matha Washala Akara Ya Hawa La Yadawa Af Lamak Shaf Yam Washama Wa Nayam Shana Washab Ya Mawa Ma'a Wath Shana Wayawa Lad By Nayam Wa Ba Nawath verse 27. Waya, Hayawa, Kayal, Salakia, Call, Yamaya, Mata, Washa, Laka, Sha'ai, Washasham, Shanaha, Shana, Watha, Sha'ai, Ma'a, Wath, Wanaha, Waya, Math, verse 28, Wayaka, Ya, Lakam, Salaki, Lamak, Shatayama, Waya, Manayam, Shana, Wama'ath, Shana, Waya, Walad, Ban, verse 29, Waya, Korah, Af, Shemawa, Ka, Naka, La'a, Mara, Zaha, Yanaka, Wa, Mama, I, Shanawa, Wama'ai, Taza, Bawan, Yadaya, Nawa, Man, Ha'adama'a, Ashar, Arara, Yahweh. That's it.
The book of Genesis, chapter 5, verse 21. And Enoch lived 65 years and begot Methuselah. Verse 22. And Enoch walked with God after he begot Methuselah 300 years and begot sons and daughters. Verse 23. And all the days of Enoch were 365 years. And Enoch walked with the Most High, and he was not, for the Most High took him. Verse 25. And Methuselah lived 187 years and begot Lamech. And Methuselah lived after he begot Lamech 782 years and begot sons and daughters. Verse 27. And all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. Verse 28. And Lamech lived 182 years and begot a son. That was it, sir.
Right, that was it on that?
Want to read it from the top again, sir?
No, you got it. Go to the Hebrew.
Hebrew again, sir. Verse 31. Waya, Haya, Call, Yamawa, Yamaya, Lamak, Shabaya, Washa, Bayam, Shana, Wayabayai, Ma'a, Wath, Shanawa, Waya, Math, verse 32, Waya, Haya, Makkah, Ban, Kamash, Ma'a, Wath, Shana, Wayawa, Lad, Naka, Af, Sham. Genesis chapter 6, out to the knot.
Waya, Haya, Kaya, Hakal, Ha'a, Lam, Larab, Al, Panaya, Haya, Damaha, Wada, Nawath, Yala, Dawa, Lakam, verse 2, Wa'ara, Wa, Ya, Ra'ara, Banawa, Banaya, Haya, Hayam, Af, Bana, Waf, Ha'a, Dam, Kaya, Sabbath, Hanaha, Wa'a, Kwa, Laham, Nashayam, Makal, Ashar, Bahka, Rawa. Verse 3. Wa Ya, Amar, Wa Ya, Yahweh, La'a, Yada, Wan, Rawath, Ba'ath, Ba'adam, La'ai, La'yam, Bashagam, Hawa, Bashar, Waha, Yawaha, Ya, Maya, Ma'ak, Wa'ai, Shariam, Shana, verse 4, Hadap, Hanap, Layam, Haya, Baza, Baya, Ratazah, Baratazah, Baya, Mayam, Hahayam, Wagam, Aka, Raya, Khan, Ashar, Yaba, Awa, Banaya, Haya, Lahayam, All, Banawath, Ha'adam, Waya, Lada, Laham, Hamaham, Hamaha, Hagaba, Rayam, Ashar, Ma'ai, Walam, Lana, Shaya, Hasham. That's it, sir.
What verse you started?
I started on verse 31, 5 and 31. Ended up on
News.
4.
Okay. I had started at 29. I had started at 29.
Did we miss 30?
No, I think it did. No, I had stopped at.
Probably 30. You probably stopped at 30 and I picked up on 31.
You're right. I stopped at 29. Wait a minute. No, I stopped at 28. The book of Genesis, chapter 5, verse 29. And he.
No, go ahead. You take over for a second. I can make this one go.
And he called his name.
Well, yeah. 29? 5 and 29? Genesis 5 and 29.
And he called his name Noah, saying, this same shall comfort us concerning our work and toil of our hands, because of the ground which the Lord Most High hath cursed. And Lamech lived, verse 30, and Lamech lived after he begat Noah 595 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died.
All right, so now we're going into the story of Noah. This is about, now we're finna get into Noah. Everybody knows who Noah is. So we were showing you who Noah's father was. That's what the scriptures was. Lamech was his father. And his father lived 770 years before he died. Mm-hmm. All right.
And verse 32, and Noah was 500 years old, and Noah begat Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
So Noah was 500 years old when he had his three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now, we know who Shem, Ham, and Japheth are. You know what I'm saying? When you do the research, you find out that Shem, Ham, and Japheth were some of the 8 people that survived during the flood. And Ham, which is today, is the so-called progenitor of the dark nations.
Right.
But not the Negroes, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the same thing with Shem, we come from the lineage of Shem, the Israelites. Even a lot of nations come from them, even like us, Esau, who else would it be? Elam, who else? Moab, Ammon. All of these nations come from Shem. They're Shemitic also, so that goes to show that these fake Jewish people are always saying that everybody's anti-Shemitic, but he don't even know that, to say anti-Shemitic, you got to say the same thing for the Japanese.
That's right.
The so-called Chinese, us, Elam, all of these nations are Shemitic as well.
Shemitic, right.
You know what I'm saying? That just goes to show you they're a bunch of hypocrites, those the Jewish man is.
Come.
All right, you can go ahead, up.
Okay. Genesis chapter 6. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and the daughters were born unto them, the sons of Yahweh saw the daughters of men that they were fair.
So now we're going to talk. Now we're starting to show you how the sons of the men who had daughters. Now these men are just regular men. They're not the sons of God. These would be so-called heathens, without saying it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not the sons of God. These are a heathen nation of people who don't do the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. But these men had daughters. And the sons of the Most High, in other words, like what we say today, the prince of the power, which is Israel, back then, these people right here were God's chosen people. His sons looked at the daughters of these men and thought they were beautiful. They looked at these heathen women and thought that they were beautiful. Mm-hmm. Just like today, the sons of God look at these heathen women and think they're beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High has never been with us dating outside of our race.
That's right.
Or marrying even, any other heathen nation. But the Christian church will read this and just read it normal, like, these were angels who laid down with people on the earth, when it doesn't say that. It doesn't say that at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why we say the Christian church is just off their rocker, man. You can go ahead up.
They got to make it something different other than the truth.
Right.
They won't read it like it's supposed to because they don't have the knowledge to do
right.
It. We have it.
Right.
Case, sir.
Yeah, right. And you know what I'm saying? That's why you have to be careful going inside of these Christian churches, listening to these pastors try to break down a book that they shouldn't even have in their hand. When you have these heathens grabbing our book, they read it and they put their own spin on it.
Wow.
Next thing you know, you got a picture of angels with a little bitty woman, and they're saying, yeah, them two had, they had sex together, and you just looking like,
that's right.
How did this giant have sex with this little woman, and what? You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous, man. You go it up.
Yes, sir. I think it was verse 2, right, sir?
Come on.
Verse 2, the sons of the Most High saw the daughters of men, they were fair, and they took them wives, all which they chose.
Good night. And we know, according to the scriptures, in order for a man to have a woman who's his wife, they have to do the act, which is sex is marriage according to the scriptures.
Come.
So the sons of the Most High were having sex with heathen women, even back then. You know what I'm saying? Even back then, they were doing the same thing. And that still continues to go on today. You have the sons of men marrying these heathen women, as if the heathen women are better than our women. As if a heathen woman is better than a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian woman.
That's right.
They are not. All right, you go ahead up.
Verse 3. And the Most High said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for he also is flesh, and yet his days shall be 120 years.
So the Most High cut that time of us having that long lifespan to 120 years. Like, that was the longest you was going to live, was 120 years. And the Most High cut it, man. Like, good night. He cut us living from 800, because he knew, the Most High knows if you would have let these men continue to live for 800 years, there would have been all type of heathen babies running all around the earth back then. It would have been a generation of heathens. Because you got to understand, if a brother can live 800 years, you can make 3 and 4 generations within 100 years. So imagine for 800 years, let's just say that you can make 3 generations every 100 years. So these brothers are living for 800 years.
Wow.
So you say 8 times 3 is 24.
Yes, sir.
One man can make 24 generations by himself.
By itself.
And then those children can make children. Those children can make children.
A lot of them.
But you having babies with heathens. So now we got a problem. Houston, now we got a problem. And that's what the Most High knew. And so the Most High cut the lifespan of us having 800 years to 120 years. Like, if you ever wonder why we stopped living for so long, it was because the children of God decided to have sex with heathen women.
Right.
That's the reason why the Most High cut the lifespan of us from 800, 900 years to 120 years. Like, if the Most High did that, what do you think he's going to do to us now if we're having sex with heathen women? All right, you can go ahead up.
Yes, sir. Verse 4, Genesis 6 and 4. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of Yahweh came into the daughters of men, they bare children of them. The same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown.
And that goes to show you that when it's saying giant, the only thing it means is mighty men. It says it right here in the scriptures.
That's right.
It doesn't say Cyclops with one eye, giant man. You know what I'm saying? Or
fake groups.
Yeah, these fake Israelite groups love to tell people, yeah, they were giants, and then they on YouTube looking at videos, they found a giant statue of a man that. It's like, come on, man. All right, come on, man. You put the blunt down and get the crack out of the blunt, man. Get your mind right. That's not what it's saying. Only thing giant means are these are mighty men. Just like today, what do people say with a man who has like he's very popular, like, boy, hey, that's big man right there, boy. He a giant, boy. It doesn't mean he's big and he's a giant in the literal sense. It means he's popular. He has power. Everybody knows him. You know what I'm saying? His reputation is for him being a big man. You go ahead.
It says it right here. It says the same became mighty men, which were of old and men of renown.
It's right there.
That's right there in the scriptures.
That's why I be like, where does the Christian church get this from?
I don't know, sir.
Where does they get it from? Roman Catholicism, man. That's all it is. Mythological crap that comes from the Roman church. The Romans are the ones who believe in all of that mythological stuff. Giants and angels with little wings and small rods having sex.
Right.
And giants having sex with little women. Like, you have to really sit back and observe what Christianity is teaching you. That's why Christianity is a drug, man. It is really a drug, man, that you have to shake off and get off of.
Oh, God.
Because if not, they will be you'll learn that there are actual giants on the earth. There were actual giants on the earth, sleeping with women, having big babies, and all type of crap. That's not what it means, man. The only thing giant means is a popular man, a mighty man, a strong man.
Mighty man, yes, sir.
That's it. That was it on that up?
That was it on that, sir.
All right, we can go back to the Hebrew.
Go back to Hebrew, verse 5.
Come on.
Verse 5. Genesis 6 and 5 out of the Hebrew. Wayakah Yahweh Kaya Labaha Rayath, Hayadam, Baratazah, Wakal, Yatazar, Makah, Shabbath, Labah, Rakwa, Rayah, Kal, Hayawam, verse 6, Wayah, Nakam, Wayanakam, Yahweh, Salakia, Kaya, Shah, Af, Hayadam, Baratazah, Wayah, the Yatazab, Af, Laboah, verse 7, Wayah, Amar, Yahweh, Af, Kaya, Af, Hayadam, Ashar, Barayath, Yah, Mayal, Panayah, Hayada, Hayadama, Ma'adam, Id, Maha, Ada, Rasham, Rayad, Awap, Mayam, Kaya, Nakah, Mathaya, Kaya, Ashayam, verse 8. Excuse me. Wanaka, Matazah, Khan, Ba'a, Yanaya, Yakayam, Yahweh, verse 9, Allah, the Walad, the Waladaf, Nakah, Naha, Ayash, Tazah, the Yak, the Ma Yam, Hayaha, Bada, Ratha, Yawa, Af, Lahayam, the Lak, Naka, Wayawa, Rad, Nauka, Shalasha, Bana, Yam, Af, Sham, Af, Kam, Wa'af, Wapaf, verse 11, Watha, Shakaf, Ha'a, Ratazah, Lapa, Nawiyah, Ha'a, Lahayam, Watha, Malak, Laha, Haya, Ratazah, Kamas,
Verse 12. Waya Raya Alahayam Av Ha'aratazah Waka Naha Nasha Katha Kaya Hasha Kayath Kal Bashar Af Daraka Aya Hayaratazah. That's it, sir. That was
6 and
5.
The book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 5 in English. And the Most High saw the wickedness of man was great in the earth.
The Lord saw the wickedness of man was great in the earth. Keep reading.
And that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
That's just like today in America, man. Today in America, our hearts are evil. Our imagination is evil.
Right.
Everything we can think to do, we go and do it. We disobey the Lord. We want that fast money, what we do, we go out there and sell them drugs, man. You know what I'm saying? We want to get high and just be sitting around all day getting high, trying to escape our issues. What we do, we sit around and smoke crack, you know, shoot heroin, you know, do all kinds of drugs, man. You know, and celebrate Christmas and all of the evil holidays that the so-called white man is giving us. All of those things we do. That's what they were doing in this time period. The Lord saw that mankind started to become rebellious and evil against the Most High, man. Started being wicked. You understand? Keep reading.
Verse 6. And it repented the Most High that he had made man on the earth.
God damn, man. It repented the Most High. He was so disgusted with how evil they were, it repented him.
Wow.
Go ahead,
So like I said, I was going to say they might have been doing just as, you know, I'm pretty sure they was doing the same thing. They was doing homosexual
It
activities,
was disgusting.
drugs, bestiality. It was so bad to the point where the Most High said, I wish I never made you bastards.
Damn right. That's crazy. Man. Can you imagine how disappointed the Lord was, man? You know what I'm saying? To see something like that, and you just could imagine how many disgusting things that those people had to been doing for him to just look out and be like, oh shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you know he said it like that because he a brother. You know what I'm saying? He's a shit, man. Goddamn, what else I thinking? No sweat. Keep going.
And it grieved him at his heart.
Grieved him at his heart. It hurt the Most High, man.
Damn.
It hurt the Most High. Oh, this Most High Christ, the water. The brotherhood is strong. Brother making sure my beard right. Most High Christ.
Most High Christ.
Be cleaned up. Don't sweat.
Amen.
Yeah, I mean, it grieved his heart, man. Come on, man. The Most High power of the creator of the whole entire universe, it hurt him to his heart to see them do those things, man. That's how righteous and loving the Most High is, when he wants to see us do right, but we deny what he tells us to do, and we do the opposite, man. We do wrong. We do evil in his eyesight. Every time you go out there and do something evil to a man, you know, to go and do something evil to a brother or do something wicked on this earth, it grieves the Most High, man.
Right.
It hurts him. You know what I'm saying? He can't stand it. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta, and that just also shows that we have to show brotherhood, man, because that's what he wants.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 7. And the Most High said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth.
Damn, that Lord is going to wrath, man. He said, I'm going to destroy man. I'm going to destroy him from the face of this earth for this wickedness. Go ahead.
Both man and beast and the creeping thing and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. Verse 8. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Most High.
But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Most High. The Most High is angry and he's ready to destroy everything on the earth. He decides, oh, wait a minute, there's one man. There's one man that might be after my heart. There's one man that I could use. And this just also proves that the Lord is merciful. You know what I'm saying? Which is what we have to learn to be when we're dealing with the poor, when we're dealing with our brother and our sister.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like in Hebrew Academy, we train to kill, but also to show mercy, right? The Most High could have just destroyed everybody and decided, forget it. We're not going to create no more. I'm not going to do no more of that. I'm not going to create man no more. But he found favor in Noah because he wanted to be able to keep, he wanted to be able to save, our people, man. Go ahead.
Kind. Verse 9. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generation.
And that's probably the reason why the Most High decided to choose Noah, because it says Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations, man. You understand? And that's how the Lord works, man. That's how he judges who he deals with and who he doesn't. He's going to look at the Isupk the same way, man. He's going to look at the brothers in the school and he's going to say, these brothers is righteous and they've been just in their generations here. And, and they've been following me. And when it says that Noah was righteous and just in his generation, it means that Noah followed the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
He did what the Lord wanted him to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the Lord decided to save him out of that hellhole, out of what is getting ready to happen. Right? And that's the same thing he's doing with us. He's going to save those who follow him today out of this destruction that's getting ready to come here on earth.
Right.
What you about to say?
Kind, son. I was saying that's just another cut to these Christians who say you cannot be perfect. So we see what happened to people who didn't want to be perfect.
Damn right.
They got wiped off the face of the earth.
Damn right. Give him a hand, and that's true. As Noah kept them law, statutes, and commandments, he could have been amongst the people who died. The Lord said, nah, this is a brother who was after my heart. And I'm going to utilize this brother. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Kind. And Noah walked with the Most High. Verse 10.
And you could kind of think of it the same as like how the Most High chose Commander General Yohanan to lead our nation today.
Damn right.
Because Commander General Yohanan put down, all his wickedness in the world and came and followed the Most High for years.
That's right.
And he had a straight, clean record for years of serving the Most High. And the Most High made him the leader of the entire Israelite nation, man.
Right.
You understand? And that's what Moses did. Noah. I mean, Moses too, but we talking about Noah. That was the same thing with Noah. Noah had many years of obedience with the Most High, and the Most High put him in a position where now he's going to be able to, be a leader over the nations now. Go ahead.
Come. In verse 10, and Noah walked with the Most High. Verse 10, and Noah begot 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
So now he had three sons, Shem, Japheth, and Ham, right? These are the 3 sons that he had. This is the 3 nations, of course, that all of the nations on this earth today came out of. All right? Every nation came out of these 3 sons right here. Keep going.
Verse 11, the earth also was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence.
Man, the earth was, there was Chicagos and Iraqs everywhere, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There was horrible places everywhere on this earth. It was full of violence. There was warring, there was raping, there was robbing, there was thievery. There's just a lot of stuff going on. Wasn't nobody giving a damn. They was just killing and raping and robbing, man. There's just so much violence on the earth. And that's not what the Lord intended for mankind to do.
Right.
Lord intended this earth to be peaceful. So everybody to be at peace with each other.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? All nations of people to be at peace with each other. Now that doesn't mean us go join the nations.
Right.
That ain't what he's talking about. But you be a nation over there, I be a nation over here with my people, you be a nation over there with your people, you be a nation over there with your people, and we all don't go to war with each other. We all be peace with each other, but with our own nations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we can trade. We could trade with each other, and that's what we're gonna do in the future. Eventually, we're gonna barter with these other nations. Whatever. But at the same time, we didn't do that in this time period, man. This time period, it was just a lot of wickedness and violence going on. Go ahead.
Slash if I can. And I was just gonna say, that's no different than what's going on today with all the corruption all over the earth and just violence every time you turn around. And
Damn right.
And like he was saying, it's just more proof to show you that the Most High is not with the corruption in the earth. He's not with all of this violence that is in the earth.
No.
And he has a plan for all of it, just like he done back then. And there's more proof that these Christian pastors and these so-called religious leaders over the earth don't know what the hell they're doing. Because they have the Bible in their hand, and if you want to go back and learn what has always happened to people in the earth who always wanted to live their life with corruption and violence, you can look and see what the Most High does to people that do that.
Damn right.
And it's just more proof to show that they don't believe in the scriptures like they say.
Damn right. Damn right. Give them a hand. That's true, man. That's true. Look at all of the nations that became great on this earth that the Lord destroyed because of all of the violence and the evilness inside of their nations, man. And people sit around talking about Gaddafi this, he had money and he had power and he could have made Africa a superpower and this and that. Yeah, but Gaddafi had to die, man. The Lord put Gaddafi to death. Now, we may say the white man was the devil for doing it, which he is.
Yes.
However, but Gaddafi had a nation that had some corruption going on.
That's right.
Every one of these nations had corruption going on, and the Lord can't stand it.
Right.
You think Gaddafi's no different from any other nation of people who does corruption?
That's right.
In their government or in their nations. You know what I'm saying? Which is the reason why America is going to be punished as well, and going to probably it's going to get the worst punishment out of all the nations. You understand? We talking about this. We talking about this land right here going into desolation. You talking about it not being inhabitable. That's how bad it's going to be for this land right here. Wow. Go ahead,
So that was it in the English.
That was it? All right, what time is it? 11:39. I'm going to go ahead and close it out to get through this prayer. Amadium? All right. Blow the horn. I'm gonna let you take that thing home and practice on it. No sweat. Or you could just buy you one and practice on it. No sweat.
No, sir.
All right. Pass me that right there.
Colonel.
La Yasha Allah.
La Yasha Allah.
All right, we're going to grab the scroll. Men of Israel, prepare to salute the Torah. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Brak Yah.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Brak Yah.
Everybody step down. Rashawn, you step up.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Brak Yah.
All right. Amadim Wapan Yahakudim means turning to the east. We're going to start in the Hebrew with the prayers and then in the English.
The Lord's Prayer. Abanawa. Bashemayim. Kodash. Ayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakuka. Kabah. Ratazaka. Ayah. Asha. Barataza. Kayah. Ayah. Bashemayim. Nathan. Lanawa. Lakam. Kal. Yeram. Wasalab Nawa. Kawabwaf Nawa. Kasalab Nawa. Kawabwaf Yana. Wala, Babayanawa, Nasaya Wabal, Awashanawa, Hawashayanawa, Bayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Wala, Wathapara, Lahololium, Aman.
In the English, he said, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. On earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. Give us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. From thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
Hakak, the power, Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, Babakushah, Thalanawa, Hakak,
Lagarshon, Basham, Hamshad, the water, Aman. The cock in the English, this is what he said, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, please give us the power, power to heal, all manner of sickness, all manner of disease, power to cleanse the lepers, power to raise the dead, power against that clean spirit, to cast them out, in the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. Bless Israel. Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Wakla Nawa, Washa Yurala, Waha, Baya, Saporium, Barak, Wapa, Magan, Agan, Bashem Yahushua, the water Aman. All right. So he said in English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua. Bless us, and Israel, and the school, bless Hill, shield, and protect, all of Israel, in the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it. Psalms 121, Asha, Ayanya, Al, Arayim, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Azariah, Ma'yah, Yahweh, Asha, Shemayam, Waratazah, Al Yathan, Lamawat, Galia, Ayanawam, Shemarka, Ana, Ba'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yashashan, Shamar, Shawamar, Yasharala, Yahawa, Shamarka, Yahawah, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyadka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Bala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal, Rai, Yashamar, Af, Napashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'afka, Waba'afka, Ma'ata, Wa'ai, Awawam. What he said in English was, I will lift up my eyes, to the hills, whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee, will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel, neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. From all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in. From this time forth. And even forevermore.
Psalms 83. Alahayim, Damayah, Lakah, Al, Bakarash, Wa'al, Bashakwat, Al, Kaya, Ana, Awabatka, Yahamya, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, Almaka, Ya'ira, Ya'ira, Yamwa, Sawada, Waya, Da, Yatazawa, Ya'itazawa, Al-Taza, Panya, Wanyadka, Taza, Pawanyaka, Pawanyaka,
There you go.
Amaraka,
Maraka.
Laka,
Ka.
Wanakakadam,
Maraka.
Magaya,
Magalia.
Magaya,
Magaya.
Wala'a,
Wala'a.
Yataza,
Azah.
Sham,
Sham.
Yasharala,
Yasha'al.
Awada,
Awada.
Kaya,
Ya.
Nawa,
Wa.
Ayatazawa,
Ayatazawa.
Laba,
Ba.
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa.
Ayalka,
Ayalka.
Bayath,
Bayath.
Yakarafwa,
Yakarabba.
Ahaya,
Ahaya.
Ahadam,
Ahadam.
Wa,
Wa.
Yashamai,
Shemai.
Allah,
Allah.
Yam,
Yam.
Mawaba,
Mawaba.
Wagariam,
Wagariam.
Gabal,
Gabal.
Wamawan,
Mawam.
Wamawalak,
Wamala.
Balashat,
Shah.
Ayal,
Al.
Yashabya,
Yashabya.
Kazawa,
Kazawa.
Gam,
Gam.
Ashawa,
Ashawa.
Nalawa,
Alawa.
Ambam,
Bam.
Hayawa,
Hayawa.
Sarawai,
Sarawai.
Labanya,
Labanya.
Lawa,
Lawa.
Salah,
Salah.
Asha,
Asha.
Naham,
Naham.
Kamayan,
Kamayan.
Kasaya,
Kasaya.
Saraa,
Saraa.
Kayaban,
Kayaban.
Banakor,
Banakor.
Kwayashwan,
Koyashwan.
Nashamadwa,
Shamadwa.
Bayan,
Bayan.
Dara,
Dara.
Hayawa,
Hayawa.
Daman,
Daman.
La'adama,
Dara.
Shaya,
Shaya.
Thanwa,
Shawa.
Nada,
Nada.
Yamadwa,
Yamawa.
Kara,
Ra.
Waza Akba, Wakazaaba,
Wakazaaba.
Wakazaaba,
Azakaba.
Wakazaaba,
Azakaaba.
Wakazaabak,
Wazakaba.
Wakatazal,
Watazal.
Mana'at,
Mana'at.
Ka,
Ka.
Nasa,
Nasa.
Yakanwa,
Kanwa.
Ashar,
Ashar.
Amara,
Amara.
Nayarash,
Nayarash.
Lanawa,
Lanawa. Ah.
Na'awa,
Nawa.
Alahayam,
Lahayam.
Alahaya,
Ahaya.
Shayath, Thamwa,
Shayatamwa.
Kagalia,
Kagalia.
Kakwash,
Kakwash.
Lapanuya,
Lapanya.
Wakaka, Rawaka,
Rawaka. Rawaka.
Rawaka, Ka'ash,
Sha'ash.
the Ba'ara,
Tabaira.
Yara,
Ayro.
Wakala,
Wakala.
Ba,
Abba.
Balahat,
Talahat.
Aryam,
Aryam.
Khan,
Khan.
Tharadakma,
Tharadakma.
Basaraka,
Basaraka.
Wasaba,
Sabah.
Wapafka,
Pathka.
the Bahalam,
Bahalam.
Mala'a,
Ah.
Panyaham,
Panyaham.
Kualawan,
Kualawan.
Waya,
Waya.
Bakwashwa,
Bakwashwa.
Shamka,
Shamka.
Yahawa,
Yahal.
Yabashwa,
Bashwa.
Waya,
Waya.
Bahawa,
Bahalwa.
Aliya'id,
Agya'ai.
Waya,
Waya.
Karapawa,
Karapawa.
Waya,
Waya.
Abadwa,
Abadwa.
Waya,
Waya.
Dawa,
Dawa.
Kaya,
Kaya.
Ata,
Ata.
Shamka,
Shamka.
Yahawa,
Yahawa.
Labaka,
Baka.
Al-Yawan,
Al-Yawan.
Al-Kahath Arataza.
Al-Kahath Arataza. Son Christ, give him a hand. By the way, it's not easy getting through this one particularly. Everybody knows that. Son Christ. Keep not thy silence.
Keep not thy silence.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
Be not still.
Be not still.
Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Alone.
For lo,
Thy enemies have made a tumult.
Thy enemies have made a tumult.
They that hate thee.
They that hate thee.
Have lifted up the head.
Have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel.
Against thy people.
Against thy people.
Consulted against thy hidden ones.
Consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said.
They have said,
Come.
Come.
Let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off
Being a nation.
from being a nation.
That the name of Israel.
That the name of Israel
be no more.
there be no more.
And remember.
Remembrance.
For they have consulted. For
they have consulted
together.
together
With one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against
They are confederate against thee.
the tabernacles of Edom. The
tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Moab.
And Moab.
And the Hagarenes.
The Hagarenes.
The
Baal.
And Ammon.
And Ammon.
Amalek.
And Amalek.
The Philistines.
The Philistines.
And the inhabitants of Tyre.
The inhabitants of Tyre.
Shur also is joined with them.
Shur is also joined with them.
have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them.
Do unto them.
Unto the Midianites.
As to the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabez.
As to Jabez.
The brook of Kisan.
The brook of Kisan.
Which perished at Endor. They became as done for the earth.
They became as done for the earth.
Make their nobles like a rat.
Make their nobles like the ram.
Like Zahab.
Like Zahab.
Yea. All their princes as Zabah.
All their princes as Zabah.
As Amunah.
As Amunah.
Who said, let's take to ourselves.
Let's take to ourselves.
The houses of Yahweh.
The houses of Yahweh. In possession.
Oh Yahweh.
Oh Yahweh.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
Stumble before the wind.
Stumble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
Fire burneth the wood.
As the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
Flame setteth the mountains on fire.
Persecute them.
So persecute them.
With thy tempest.
With thy tempest.
And make them afraid.
Make them afraid.
With thy storm.
With thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
They may seek thy name.
They may seek thy name.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
Trouble forevermore.
Trouble forevermore.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
And perish.
And perish.
That men may know.
That men may know.
That thou.
That thou.
His name alone.
His name alone.
Is Yahweh.
Is Yahweh.
Art the most high.
Art the most high.
Of all the earth.
Of all the earth.
Sorry. Before we close out, is there anybody that would like to get anointed before we close out? Anybody? Nobody? All right. You can sit there. All right. One courtesy salute to the men of Israel. Amadium Shabbat. Amadium Barak. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah. One courtesy salute to the sisters. Amadium Shabbat. Amadium Barak. Yahweh
Shai.
All right. That being said, Yadi Matah dismiss.